Is everyone able to see my screen?
Yes. And let's try to stick with the timer with
Sure.
5 minutes. Thanks.
Hi, everyone. I'm Bobby McGonigle. I'm an engineer at Arista, and my project is an improvement to the show interface status command. The show interface status command is the first point of reference to check your system. It helps you understand the general health of your system. Has my config reload succeeded? Has my system boot gone as expected? If work agent crashes or syncd crashes on a NIT, I probably won't see any interfaces populated, and it helps you tell if the interfaces are up as expected. It also helps you view some basic characteristics of the interface, like form factor type, speed, lanes, FEC configuration, etc. The problem is that there's some common situations that take multiple commands. A subset of interfaces have problems. Do they have anything in common? Are they all from vendor X? Are they all optics or copper DAC? They're all the same vendor, but are they the same model number? Another scenario is my link is up, but is it stable? For example, show interface status is just a snapshot, but the link quality might be marginal and it could be flapping under the hood. And unless you go look in syslog and specifically seek out, it could be tough to diagnose problems just from that command alone. The last example here is if I have 63 DACs, I work remotely from the lab and I only have one optic. I don't know which interface has the DR8 again, and I have to do show in transceiver EEPROM, grep for my interface, add some context so I can see the actual interface a few lines above. So this is what we currently have, and I'm sure everyone's pretty familiar with the command already. We have interface, lanes, hopper admin status, and transceiver form factor type. With the improvement, I have the additions in red here. So the first one is the medium type. This just tells you is it a copper DAC or an optical transceiver. I've also included the vendor and the model number, which is probably the most useful. It helps you, if you have a bunch of different optic types like here, like SR4s, LR4s, it just helps you at a glance kind of make commonalities between different optic types if they're all down or just general link issues. And the last addition is the flap count, which shows you link status changes. If this was a high number, I probably know that maybe the link is marginal and I can start debugging a bit further and kind of seeing the health quality of my link. The main hurdles that I had to overcome was mostly related to the transceiver API to tell if it was copper or optic. Most of the information was pretty easily available in StateDB or AppDB for the flaps. Importing the Xever API kind of caused a 1 to 2 second delay, and it was slightly noticeable. So the workaround, it also restricted unit testing, but the workaround was just to implement a medium get function that handles all of the different specs like CMOS, SFP+, QSFP+, and QSFP28. The status unit tests have been added. I needed that to make build succeed. I have a PR ready. And for SONiC management, I didn't see any regressions. But yeah, that's the presentation. Thank you. And if there's any questions, I'd be happy to answer them.
Great, thank you. Just any questions?
Hey, Bobby, I have one question.
Yep.
Instead of putting all the information together, if you could spin another command like show interface state diag, because once the systems get stabilized, we would rarely spend time on looking at other information that is already put in together, right? So only in the problem states we probably need that extra diag information. So if you could spin another command saying that show interface stat diag, probably that would be more useful. I mean, the overall idea is good, but I would probably look at that to spinning a new command.
Sure. I mean, yeah, this is just how my workflow works, and it just seemed best to me. But if there was a desire for a separate command, I guess the whole point was that I kind of wanted to minimize new commands. But yeah, definitely open to that option if it was desired.
It's just my opinion. Okay.
Yeah,
Thank
sure.
No,
Thanks.
I think I agree with Funny here because it's better to have another command. And also, like if you're modifying the existing command, there are so many tools that are parsing the columns. So when we introduce in between, those tools will potentially break.
Yeah, sure. We can
Right.
spin it to a separate
Yeah.
command.